Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't already know your Moon and Rising sign, Gemini, there's a link in the description box to alwaysastrology.com. Just plug in your information there and it'll give you a snapshot of your whole chart. That way, if for any reason this reading doesn't resonate with you this week, you can always check out your Moon and Rising sign readings for the week and they might be more helpful. That being said, I do hope that this is appealing to you and helpful to my Geminis. So this is a general reading for the week of May 23rd to May 29th. I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck like I did last week with the same spread. I got a lot of good feedback about that spread in the deck, so I think I'll stick to that since you enjoyed that. And so that's a 5-card spread here, and then we'll be drawing additional cards from each deck, the Medicine Card Tarot and the Healing with the Angels Tarot, for an additional message for the week. And because this is a general reading, whatever is most prominent in your life this week, Gemini, I encourage you to apply the messages here that are most helpful to a current issue in your life this week. All right, so I wish for Gemini all success, joy, and wellness. I invoke spirits of love, light, and beauty. I call upon archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Mother Gaia please bless this reading for Gemini. So like I said, a 5-card spread. We've got a couple, those just jumped on the floor. So I'm going to wait till they jump on the table here. So far in the central position, we have chaos and conflict. You could find this week Gemini is a bit tumultuous. There's a bit of turmoil this week, maybe more than normal. And it does have something to do with the heart, or something having to do with the heart has led to this sort of chaos and conflict. It's also something that is going around in loops, something that is circular, or worse, expanding on itself, like a Fibonacci sequence. And if that's the case, it's only getting larger and more chaotic and more conflicted. Interesting. Okay, so in your just coming out of or recent past position, we have the never-ending story, and that's why I said that this is what has led to this conflict this week. If this is your situation, if you have been difficult, petulant, uptight, unforgiving, unfair, childish, any of those things this week, or just this past week, Gemini, or if this is an older issue of the heart and it's been going on and on and on, it is what has led you here. Now, are you going to feel as though that's what led you here? No. You're not going to feel that. You're going to feel as though what's happening is unfair, petulant, childish. You're going to feel like the situation is all those things, but it's not about your part in it. And this reading is saying that it's not in any relationship, no matter what it is never just one person. Fair enough. However, if there's 2 people involved in this relationship, again, general reading, if it's romance, travel, business, whatever is prominent in your week, you are one of the star players in the present day conflict and chaos, okay? This isn't situational. This isn't you finding yourself in a difficult position and then having had nothing to do with that situation. It's something that's ongoing, and it definitively has to do with the heart, and it's very, very painful. So I am sorry to see that for you this week. In your conscious or external influences position, Gemini, we have the card Not for You. We're going to look at these up close in just a moment. I'm just going to summarize before holding them up to the camera for you. This is a game, okay? Whatever you're conscious of is a game. This is a game you're playing. It's old. It has to do with the heart, feelings. It's not going the way you want it to. right? It's not. This is not a happy camper. And it's leading to chaos. And this game, you think you might be getting one up on somebody, or you think they even want to play this anymore, right? This game, whatever it is going on here. And I think what this is saying is, because it's not in the internal position, as in your decision, I don't think this person wants to play anymore, okay? The other person or party or organization or situation or event or concept isn't playing along anymore. And can you blame them, right? If this is you and you're making the conscious decision not to play anymore, then excellent, good on you. It means that you're done, you're over it, you don't want to keep putting energy, right, into this going nowhere, a spiral of madness type thing. Never-ending story next to chaos and conflict. Think about that. Chaos and conflict, never-ending story. Never-ending story, chaos and conflict, etc. Like hamster wheel, right? And then the game. Like I said, if it's not you stepping away from the game, somebody else is going to put their foot down and stop it. So this will end. This won't go on and on and on this week for you, Gemini, but it may not be your decision, you know. And really, if it halts the chaos and conflict, really does it matter whose decision it is? The point, unless you choose and you enjoy and you prefer chaos and conflict and upset and disturbance in your life, which I doubt you do, then you're going to have to handle them walking away from this. It's actually for the best. I wouldn't try grabbing them back into it, okay? To keep something going, that's a problem in the first place. Try not to do that, Gemini. In the internal or, whoa, the sun, conscious position, we have I really hope you can see that. Sorry, Gemini, I'll hold it back here. It's the poised card. Internally, you feel like you can handle anything, right? On a subconscious level, this game here, you can play it day and night. You can play it in your sleep. You can ace it. You've got awards, okay, so to speak. You're really good at this. Whatever's going on here, you've kind of mastered it. It's cool. You've got it under control. However, like I said, my question is, how long do you want this to go on? Why do you want it to go on? What are you getting out of this game that isn't bringing any peace? Could there be, and I'm just asking a general question to you for you to contemplate if this is resonating with you, could you be addicted to, even subconsciously, it's something to consider, the chaos and conflict that this relationship or series of relationships or attitudes, behaviors, concepts, etc. brings into your life, okay? I'm asking because I've been there before. I've been there. And welcome to the human race. All of us at some point in our lives have been addicted to something, particularly a specific relationship that involves the heart, that isn't really good for us. It doesn't bring us to our highest good. It doesn't solve problems. It isn't meant to solve problems. It's probably a lesson that we were supposed to figure out X many years or months ago, that we're still playing around with, that is literally going to go nowhere. So you've aced it. You're really good at it, right? And I think you feel like, well, why would I stop? I'm so good at it. Okay, fair enough. If you really love this, go nuts. Don't stop it. You're really good at it. But I'm going to say, just because you're good at something, winning a game that isn't serving the highest good for literally anybody, no one is winning here, including you. Why would you want to continue doing that just because you know how to do it? Just because it's comfortable. It's not sensible, right? And then in your probable outcome card, like I said, you have TikTok. This is the card of both time and timelessness. This could be in association with your recent past. They're actually really similar colors, where you've got the never-ending story. This hand around this little tiny heart here, which says love me, and then yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. the hand is between yes and no, and there's a timelessness here, or time is of the essence here. So that is up to you, Gemini, to figure out how that's going to play out for the week for you. Again, the TikTok just basically states that time is an issue here, that this could go on time immemorial, right? This could go on forever. It's a never-ending story. You're poised to do it. You've got a lot of practice. You could even consider yourself really good at it. You know the next step. It could even be your game. You could have even invented this. And you're the master, and you're watching someone else flounder and not do well. But you're not really getting anything out of it. And if you think you are, I'm going to ask you to contemplate on what you think you're getting out of it. Because if any language or words come about for you when you're contemplating this, and it has to do with control issues or a type of, being mad at somebody, that's not a good place to be either. It's not a healing place to be. The other concept here with TikTok is the timelessness. So again, this is going in circles. I don't really see karma here necessarily, but this is going in circles, and this is never going to heal until somebody puts their foot down and stops it, okay? Even to get to the next level of the game or the next situation, or this pattern of behavior stops and then you try something different with this person relationally. But just because you know how to do it and you're really confident doing it this way, it doesn't mean it's healthy or healing. And like I said, the other way to read this here is to say that you're running out of time. Someone else is going to make this decision for you. Someone else is going to be over this game. I mean, they're over it, right? So tread lightly this week, Gemini, in this regarding this situation here. This is a heavy-hearted situation here. You could be caught up in a lot of drama, I'm sorry to say. If this is an external influence to you, all of it, and you find you're looking from the outside looking in to something, this is for you to walk away from, okay? However, if this is something that you're pouring energy into or continuing for your own reasons, you feel you're getting something out of it, you're really good at it, it's just the way you are, quote unquote, you're not going to find any peace by doing that in this relationship or situation this week. I would really like to see you put your own foot down, right, Gemini? I would really like to see you come to terms with this and say, I'm really good at this. Okay, fair enough. But you know what? I'm really good at a lot of different things. Why don't I try something else? Okay? That's an option for you. Even with this person or situation or conflict or concern or whatever it is here, even if you've gotten really good at how you've been dealing with it, this is really who wants chaos and conflict, okay? Well, okay, unhealthy people, fair enough. But my readings are about health and healing and love and compassion. So perhaps you just simply need to start with yourself. That's not unheard of, right? I had to do that too in order to learn to love others and be compassionate. I had to start with myself. I think some of the greatest people in the world do, because it's one of those situations in the human condition where you can't give what you don't have. And if this has been stripped from you or taken from you, or if you haven't been able to develop compassion and love and peace in your own heart for yourself, well, Gemini, that's impossible to give away. You can't give away what you don't have. But it might be a good week to figure out how to do that for yourself. And what jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling is the Deer card. The Deer's main word is gentleness, Gemini. I'm going to suggest that this situation really requires a gentle touch. especially if you care about this person or relationship, concept, organization, or set of people. If there is any love, okay, or appreciation, joy, commitment, etc., in this concept here this week, the touch needs to be its keyword is gentleness. So the touch needs to be gentle. And as I was saying as it jumped out, I insist even that you begin with yourself. And it might even be sometimes when we get to know ourselves and get to the root of why we're mad or feel alone or feel any chaos and conflict in our own lives, it's one of the hardest things to do, right? Is to sit with ourselves, find out why we're unhappy, what caused it, and without blaming everybody, without blaming the world or pointing fingers, it's really about looking at it from an eagle eye view, from a really objective perspective, as opposed to a subjective view. And look, here we have, this is what the angels are calling for you this week, Gemini, and it's never been more clear, and I really insist that you heed this message, okay? Listen, I don't want you to have chaos and conflict in a central theme in your week, Gemini, right? And I don't think you do either. Even like I said, if you're really good at it, right? You invented the game, you played the game, you win the game. Well, at what cost, right? What is this doing to the relationship, to your mind, your health, etc.? So again, with the central card, chaos and conflict, look what you have on either side of this. Look how much spirit is waiting for you, pleading with you, I would even say. You don't need this in your life anymore. This has to do with a deep love situation. And this deep love situation, if you want this never-ending story of upheaval and upset to end, here, harmony and gentleness. Literally. Never-ending story. She doesn't know where her heart belongs. That's your job this week, Gemini. Your job this week is to figure out where your heart belongs. Get back in touch with your heart. I mean it. It's really important this week. You might even just be frazzled beyond belief. And you're so used to dealing with issues and frazzled and upset and everything else that, yeah, you are good at it. And congratulations. That's wonderful. But you want to do that for the next 20 years? Probably not. It's going to drain the hell out of you and everyone around you. Strive for harmony, balance, peace, respect, and start with gentleness. And like I said, even as the gentleness card jumped, the way to do that, I'm telling you, number one, and years of experience is why I'm saying this, begin with yourself. Yes, other people need the attention. Yes, other people need this healing, etc. But like I said, you simply cannot give what you don't have. And if you have this, if you own this, if you cultivate this in your own heart and life, it'll spread like wildfire. Everyone will feel it, everyone will know it, and it will enhance and beautify your own life and your relationships. Okay, Gemini, so I really hope that this was helpful and it appealed to you. I hope you took something healing from it. Please like and share with other Geminis if you think they would benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I upload weekly readings for you for free, and I look forward to seeing you next week for your next weekly reading. Take care until then, Gemini.